Hello everyone, it's me Mel again, and as promised from my English version and my Tagalog version last video, I will be showing you my 5 Hondas that are not available in the United States. And I have a list here, might be 5 or 6. So most people think that Hondas here in the United States has the most complete lineup in the world. Nope, 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 nope. Far away from that. So let's begin. My number one bike that the US doesn't have is basically a Kawasaki versus 1000 rival. It's the NT 1100. So just like the Yamaha from my last 2 videos, on the Yamaha part, on its 700cc models, they have the adventure sport bike, they have a adventure dirt bike, they also have a naked and a classic standard, right? On the Honda's part, it's almost the same thing in their 1100 series. They got the Rebel 1100, they got the Africa Twin 1100, and this one, the NT 1100, and the other bike that I'm going to mention after this. So basically, the NT 1100 is basically an Africa Twin for the road. So it's like a Ninja, it's like a Versus 1000 at some degree. It's more road biased. It's taller than a traditional sport touring bike like the much beloved ST 1300, I think. And also, I think this is somewhat of a indirect successor to the VFR 1200 series. Basically, it's like a 1200 with a shaft drive, but I think the NT11 is not a shaft drive. I think there's a nickname besides the NT name. I'll put it on the caption here just in case. Or if you guys know the nickname of it, like the VFR 1200, it's called the Cross Tour. I think the X version is called the Cross Tour, but I don't know about the NT 1100. So yeah, adventure sport bike. I think it has 17-inch front wheels or 19-inch. I'll just correct it down below after I researched it after this recording. So yeah, basically it's the best rival to the basically the Tiger 900 GT, the 1200 GT, the of course the Versus 1000. Suzuki doesn't have a rival for it, and also S1000 XR from BMW. It's a good rival to it, but the S1000 XR is an epic bike. So there you go. So moving forward to the second bike, is the same engine as the NT11, and it just debuted weeks ago. It's called the Hawk 11. So the Hawk 11 is basically the Triumph Speed Triple Double R look. It has that retro cowling in the front that reminisces the custom CB750 of the yesteryears that everyone loves, and also some Thruxtons from Triumph. Basically, yeah, this is the sportiest iteration of the Honda 1100, and it just debuted in Europe. I don't know if it will be marketed here in the United States. Hopefully they do, because some Honda loyalists are missing that classic look from the CB750 or a cowled in CB 1100 or 1300 from Japan. And of course, so basically in the 1100 Hondas, there is a Africa Twin, the Rebel 11, the NT11 and the Hawk 11. So it's a quadfecta if they bring the NT and the Hawk 11 here in the United States. So just like the Yamaha 7, they have the quadfecta there. The Honda 11, the Honda 1100 has their own quadfecta. So basically, circle of life at some degree. So, on the third bike that the US might or might not be released here in the United States is the Triumph Bonneville looking GB350. Yeah, 350cc GB350. It's a good bike, classic looking bike. Basically a smaller version of the Bonneville series at some degree. There was a huge fanfare about that bike in India and also in Europe. And it kind of looks stylish. I mean, it's not my genre per se. I'm not hating on it. No offense to people who loves that bike. Plus, I haven't researched that bike that well. I didn't dig it like a dog. And then it looks nice. It looks a shrunken Bonneville. And I think there will be a bigger displacement iteration of the GB version. And I would like to see it here because it will be a good market against the, let's say, the Royal Enfield, the onslaught of the Royal Enfield line. And also in the custom scene, that's a good base platform to make it a rat rod or some of the cafe mustachio special, whatever culture that is. So that on the fourth bike is the adventure scooter, the real adventure scooter. I know it's been in the market for so long. It's been in the market, I think, for 5 years now. But I think the US is ready to bring in another weirdo bikes like the NM4, the DN01, the Rune. So I think it's the perfect time for Honda to bring up one of the weirdo bikes in the United States. And my suggestion is the XADV 750. To my Filipino friends out there, the XADV is already popular over there. And there it's very popular. It's one of the easiest bike to go off-roading a little bit. But to here in the US, no one has seen the XADV. Of course, they're marketing the ADV 150 medium size 150cc scooter. So why not complete the range by introducing the XADV? It has the same engine as the C750 series, which is here in the US is the X. We don't have the S. So, and then it's also related to the road-based version, the XADV. I'll put the picture right here because I don't remember the top of my head. So I think it's going to be fun to see an adventure scooter. I mean, this will break the mindset of scooters here in the United States if they bring that maxi scooter. And also it's unique enough that it's the only scooter that you can comfortably go off-road. I think it's a good idea, especially for people who are not comfortable riding the NC750X or any of the DCT powered Hondas that has a very high seat, and it also is more practical. So as a limited edition Honda here in the US, I think the XADV 750 will be a good limited run model here as a successor to the NM4, although the NM4 is a different bike. So okay, moving forward to my fifth bike that the US needs. I mentioned this earlier if you didn't catch up, if you didn't caught on to it. It's the NC 750S. Not the X, the S. Like a snake or like a Supra. Although Honda markets their Honda GTR Supra misbadge, I call it. So the NC750X is basically a naked version of the NC750X. It has the trick frunk in the, although where the fuel tank is used to. It's lighter than the NC750X, so it's a perfect DoorDash cruiser. If you don't like to ride that Trails 125 or the Super Cub, if you don't want to look too dorky in it, and if you want to go up and down the interstate on the freeways, on which here in the United States, to my Filipino viewers, in the United States, the minimum displacement that you can use on any freeways, also known as tollways, is 150cc. In the Philippines, I advocate 225 or 224. So you can use your 250, and it's a good medium against those camotes and the much more mature rider. Yeah, the NC750X is a good DoorDash cruiser because you have a compartment at the front and you also have an option to put a compartment at the back. Plus, you don't look goofy like riding in a scooter or an underbone like the Trail or the Super Cub. And it's a real motorcycle, and also you can get a DCT. Fun fact, here in the United States, there is no DCT naked bike yet in the United States. American Honda, there's your choice. It's a good bike because it will give people with disabilities. I've seen someone here in Las Vegas who is a service advisor, I think in Mini, He rides an NC700X. And he has an ailment that one of his legs is shorter than his right leg. So it's perfect. It's perfect for people who doesn't want to ride in a Ryker or a Can-Am or a trike, but at the same time doesn't want to look like an old man in an adventure style standard like the 750X. The S is a good catalyst to make it more accessible to people who are afraid to use the clutch or who has some physical ailments. Please, Honda, if you guys bring it in here in the US, I know it's a little bit too late, but it's never too late in the motorcycle industry, in my opinion. In fact, I'll buy one. I'll buy one for door dashing. I'm door dashing right now, actually. So, I think besides the Trail 125, I think it's the best bike without the bulk of the X to be here in the US. So Honda, bring it, and I think it will be sold out because a lot of people are afraid to use the clutch. Believe me or not, some people are very afraid to use the clutch. They want to do the triggers, like playing PlayStations and Xbox and something like that. Alright, before I'm talking too long in regards to the NC750, bonus one bike, bonus round. Okay, it was just released last week. I think literally last week. It's one of the Honda mini bikes. It's based on a 125cc engine, just like the Grom, the Monkey, the Trail 125, and the Super Cub. But it shares the transmission as the Trail 125 or the CT 125 Hunter Cub and the Super Cub. It's the Honda DAX ST125. The puppy looking. You can see the picture here or here. They use a long dash hound dog, the hot dog. I love dogs. So basically, it's you can call it a monkey without a clutch. That's basically it. It's one of those retro bikes that got revived by Honda. Honda is so smart by doing this. So you got the Navi, which is a motorcycle scooter thing. Then you got the Grom. You got the Monkey, the Monkey, the Trail 125, the Super Cub, and of course the Dax now. I mean, the Dax is perfect for people who loves the Monkey but scared to use the clutch. I don't know why, but it's a good medium, right? And also, at the time of this recording, they said that it's going to be only offered in some parts of Asia and in Europe. So yeah, unfortunately, but hopefully they ship it here, so more the better, right? The more the better. They can make bike festivals on those tiny little bikes from Honda. And that's it. That's it for this episode. Pardon me if I'm rushing because the last video was super long. I have to chop it to dice. And then after this episode, on my next episode, it will be my 5 Hondas that are not available in the Philippines. Till then, I'll see you guys later. Comment down below if I miss any models out there, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.